brainwashed by you. And they carry a lot of weight at the campus level. We really do pay attention to those at that level. Do not have them be from your close friends or your associates. Timeline, first seek advice. Now, if you're applying for this year, you've already done this, you've told the chair you'll apply. People do that in January usually. Then, you give them your vita and any supporting materials. For most units, this will be a couple of articles that will go in your portfolio. The chair then solicits the external reviews. You pick two of them from a list that you generated, two of them from a list that you did not generate. The candidate then submits all their application materials to the chair. We're going to get into the physics of that in a minute. The department then discusses it. They write a recommendation. They vote. The chair writes the chair's recommendation. The college committee then discusses it, votes, writes a recommendation. The dean writes a recommendation. And then for people who are on the tenure track and for faculty, research faculty, it goes to the provost. The provost will then send it, after ensuring it's complete, send it to the university committee. They will read it, give a recommendation. This usually happens in December. It goes back to the provost. It's like a game of ping pong here. Provost reviews it and writes a recommendation. The president will then review it. This is January. The president approves it, usually, and then you are notified. Board of Regents then has to approve it in March for it to be official. Your new rank starts July 1st. Here's a template. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. I'm just saying this could work. And if you're totally stumped, try this. Right? This is based on a lot of the ones I've seen. This is an effective statement. Okay. Split them up into 4 sections. First is the intro to you. This is like 3 to 4 sentences. First paragraph. Hey, my name is this, Mrs. Doubtfire, and I provide child care services to children. Boom. I know who she is and what she does. If you are not teaching faculty, you would talk about your job. If you are teaching faculty, you usually talk about what you're doing in your discipline, the arc of your research, and your teaching too. Again, explain it to a non-specialist, very briefly. What is it? We don't need to detail technical analysis. Talk about the overall arc of your work. Since arriving at UNLV, I have done this. I've tried to investigate this area. What you don't want to put in here is language like this. I've demonstrated excellence. I mean, yeah, we know that. That's why we're reading your application. Okay? Don't say this. This is basically filler. It's wasted space, and it's valuable. That's 25, 30 words you could use to talk about an actual accomplishment. So don't do that. And again, it's not like I'm being a jerk and I'm being a dictator about it. It's just I've seen people do that, and it's wasted space, and I wish they would do something more substantive. Second paragraph is a summary of your teaching or your job. If it's teaching, your teaching philosophy. If it's your job, what is your general role, what you're doing? Courses you've taught. If it's a job thing, then you want to have other metrics of effectiveness. How many students have you advised? Summary. If you've won awards, mention awards. Well, she's really working on her teaching, and that's great. And she struggled, but now it's getting better. They're at the department in email, she's working on it. So this is how you do it. Again, you want to be truthful, but you need to be your best agent here. Promote yourself. So talk about what you've done to improve. 3 is a summary of your research and your impact. Note impact. Good idea to put here the total number of peer-reviewed articles and/or books you've published, or whatever your creative outputs are, if you're in arts or another area. Also, 2 words that come up a lot with research: the arc and the stream. I focus in this area. It's a good idea to have a unified stream. Why am I thinking of Ghostbusters now? Don't cross the stream. It's kind of like that. So you want that unified stream. Also, if you're in an area that has a lot of grant funding, total external grant funding. But if you're not, don't worry, because a lot of units don't have that. Some do, and the ones that do, use it to keep score. Okay. Next, very briefly talk about your service. All you want to do with your service is prove that you've done your duty, that people aren't going to say you didn't do anything. Nobody has ever gotten tenure for service. Ever. That I'm aware of. Maybe they have. But you're not going to get tenure for your service. Okay? If you've been in a leadership role, mention that. But honestly, if people don't know after reading about your teaching or job and your research whether they're going to recommend for tenure, service is not going to change it. So don't put a lot of effort into this. This is 2 cents. Finally, I said 4 sections, but I'm adding a 5th. If you have the space, you have some happy thoughts, you know, if granted tenure or promotion, I will continue to work to make UNLV a better place, my commitment to student success and top tier, and the world will have a new dawn of freedom. This happens after you've turned it in, so you wouldn't have it. So pretty much you're just doing the application itself. Okay. Questions about the dossier? Yes?
Does that dossier include the samples of scholarship?
No. That is a separate thing. That will go to your unit. It will not go beyond that. It will not go to the university committee. The university committee never sees that.
We call those supplemental materials, and they'll be reviewed at the unit level,
Yes.
but they won't be.
Yes. Okay. And then finally, the college department unit and/or college standards if they're okay. Now, what everybody wants to talk about, UNLV folio. Only took 26 minutes. At the end of the year, I'll be amazed with everything I did because I totally forgot about it. Wow, I consulted with that person. I don't even remember their name. I guess it was important at the time. So first thing you do is you can put in your biographical information and your activities. You use this to run VTI. So the first thing you should do is confirm and enter the profile information. Then check the activities, make sure that everything that you've done in digital measures is there, and start entering new stuff because digital measures has not been available since February. So here is a
Since March.
What? March. Okay, March. Okay, so here's what it looks like. This is what the profile looks like. So any of these tabs, you hit personal information, you can put stuff in, contact, put stuff in, bio, all this stuff. You know, you're not going to have to fill out everything. Some of these are automatically generated. Tenure and promotion history is automatically generated. Okay, some of it you will fill out. Okay. Any questions about this screen, profile?
So the all information from each major have been transferred here already? Or?
It should be, yeah. But you, yeah, Delisle.
No, it's still in process.
It's in process.
Most of it's there, and if it's not, if you're missing something, you certainly let us know.
Addicting. Let me try another video. So here's what it looks like. So this is the date range that you want to do. Okay, so here I set it for fall 2014 to spring of 2019, just as an example. You then hit the export share here, if you want to do it. Okay. And again, do this. There's no limit. You could do this every minute for the rest of recorded time, and until the heat death of the universe, it's still going to keep going. So you can. So don't be like, oh my God, I ran one, and now that's my. No, just keep running it. Just do it for fun. Or not for fun, just to see what happens, yeah.
I have a couple of questions
Yeah.
from folks about the word output.
Okay.
Folks are reporting that it looks pretty bad in Word. Are there improvements being?
I have a question about supplemental materials.
Yes.
If you are in a unit or a department that has no extant standard on supplemental materials, who determines what they should be?
Okay. Is there a precedent of what has been sent out in the past?
No, and furthermore, I'm in a department with mixed terminal degrees, and no one with my terminal degree has gone up for tenure in at least 10 years.
What I would do is I would prepare a portfolio yourself with a rationale of why you're preparing it in this way and see what happens. And then if there's a dispute with the chair over should it get sent out, we can explore that some more.
Okay, so I've spoken to a colleague who has a different terminal degree who got tenure this year, and that colleague presented a physical binder of materials materials that included syllabi, sample papers, sample student work, so on and so forth. I mean, it can be really endless.
Okay.
So in that sense, I guess I'm looking for a little more direction, and secondarily, I'm wondering what format the supplemental material should take.
I would look at the external, the solicitation letter that is sent out. What is the reviewer being asked to judge? In some units, they judge teaching, in many units, they don't. It's only research.
Okay, I guess I'm referring to the dossier rather than the external letter.
Okay.
Because you made it clear that the
The doc-
external letter is your CV and
Yes.
qualifications.
Yeah. Okay, so in the dossier,
Yeah.
if they ask for supplemental materials, that would be something that would not go up all the way to the campus committee, and that may happen. That would be the unit standards. They may ask you for syllabi.
Right, so there is no standard that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Where would my chair or myself go to become aware of what is required of me to present for supplemental materials?
Okay, again, I would look at what the precedent has been.
There's no precedent.
There's no precedent,
There's no
okay, so nobody has ever gone up for tenure.
10 years ago, someone with a PhD in art
Okay,
history
went up for
maybe
tenure,
went up.
okay.
Maybe.
Then again, I would say this is what I think is a reasonable supplemental materials, and here's why. And we can, you can work with the personnel committee in the department too. And then, yeah, for that, reach out to us to also, if you need somebody to kind of mediate that, we're happy to step in there.
Can we, kind of request it, more legitimate, accurate kind of, information, such as like, question, what kind of supplementary material,
Yeah.
how many syllabus, what kind of, let's say I teach, more than 20 classes, do I have to submit all 20 syllabi?
Yes.
A lot of questions are there, but,
Yes.
like she said, it's not really clear what we have to prepare, how much, quantity versus quality. So I think, we need help,
Yes.
to clarify all those kind of guidelines.
Since this stuff is at the unit level and doesn't go beyond the unit level, that is your first stop, so the personnel committee. If they have no guidelines, you can contact our office and we can step in to help you guys create guidelines.
Okay.
They should have guidelines, they should have that expectation, yes.
So I'm actually in the School of Medicine, which
Okay.
is only,
Oh,
has
yeah.
been quite 2 years. So I'm
Yeah.
just wondering what processes might be different for School of Medicine than
Okay.
main campus.
Quite a few, there may be. We don't, they are, I believe, going to have a representative in the campus committee this year for the first time.
Okay.
So there's going to be a little bit of an education. I would see us working pretty closely with the whole school to sort of begin this process. So I think we should meet and go through concerns and figure that out.
Okay, because our dean for faculty is under the assumption that the timeline has been delayed because of polio and that we shouldn't be, I shouldn't be doing
Okay.
that. So I just wanted to make sure
Right.
that I'm not behind or.
Been in contact with Marco and Naomi, and so there certainly is, there are elements in UNLV folio that account for clinical activities, for example. Your teaching is under an entirely different schedule, and a lot of it isn't
Well, and I'm
in
not
my
medical.
UNLV. Okay.
So we're in the only non-medical program in the School of
Huh.
Medicine, so we're an odd duck. So
Okay,
I
couple
just
family therapy,
yes.
okay.
So I was just curious about any differences in general about the process being in School of
Couple and
Medicine.
family therapy is typically, you operate a lot more like main campus than some of the other School of
Yeah.
Medicine areas. So I'm thinking that it will align well with what
Okay.
exists. And we can have a
Okay,
discussion
great.
offline.
I was
about
just curious about that,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Other questions? General?
I have one more question.
Yeah.
So when you mentioned about opening statement, it
Yeah.
should be one page, right? Do not add one more, one page. So when I looked at it, it depends on font size, or let's say I created a one-page Word doc.
Yeah.
And they said depending on what font size I use, and then sometimes it could be 2 pages technically based on
We've all done those
fonts.
tricks, yeah, we've all done those tricks.
So how are we gonna do, because we copy and paste it here, I'm trying to exercise it here, it's not really clear to understand that the one page length there. So it's not like but I can see the number of, number of word. So if we say one page, maybe 800 word, maybe that's
That
maximum.
would be a pretty big page.
For example,
Yeah. I
just wondered, yeah.
If you guys want, I will run and we'll see if there's any statutories, Mike can't do this. I will take a sample statement of reasonable font size, you know, not the 18-point student font when they don't want to write a one-page paper, but not the 9-point professor font when we have to get something in under a page. You know, I'll run that, and I'll give you guys a word count if you want. If you want a word count, we can do word count.